started it too early.
All right, we are down at the 52nd mark of the 3-minute warm-up period for the ladies Rough Riders game number 1 against FoxMotors. It's pretty early here, at least for most of the girls. 2 hours difference here in Michigan. Some of us got in about 8 hours ago. So hopefully all the girls have caffeinated if they caffeinate, or juiced up on whatever it is they need to get ready for this game.
And I saw him like say something. I'm sure he said, "You know how that would go." It was pretty funny.
We have another goalie joining us. I believe she's from Texas. Her name is Olive. She is wearing, looks like a 29 jersey with a white helmet. Cora, our normal goalie, black helmet, number 33. Lady Rough Riders in black, FoxMotors in white and red. Looks like we have Maddie Lemon coming out. Ori on wing. I think that's Sammy, number 20. Harper and Harper squared here in the back on D. FoxMotors took that face off. Good pressures. There's a couple turnovers here at mid-ice. FoxMotors tried to bury it deep. Harper picked it up at the blue line. She's driving it in. She tried to get a shot off, but the puck went into FoxMotors player's skate. Ori's putting on some good pressure over in that far side as FoxMotors gets it across the ice. They actually did a great puck deflection off the wall, and it actually made it all the way to Cora, so there was no icing call. Bit of a tie-up between FoxMotors and Rough Riders right in front of Cora. We're still working on getting it out. Harper puts an angle on the puck, but it does not make the same magic turn against the wall. So that's an icing call against Lady Rough Riders. We're down to 14:01 in this first period. 15-minute periods. Jesse's doing our face-off. Jesse just battling it out, which is great. She put a shoulder into her and held her there. FoxMotors came in and picked it up. They took a shot, went way high, almost out of the upper rink. Battle over in that corner. Looks like we have Josie, Andrea, Georgia. Can't quite see, but it's quite a battle over here with two of the Rough Riders and two of FoxMotors. Great centering pass by FoxMotors. I was able to get a snapshot off on Cora, but she was right there waiting. Change up of line. Looks like we have Harper S back out there. Looks like Josie on point, face off. Maddie Benish. Holly. Green haired, I think that is Grayson. Shot on goal. Oh. There's, oh good. FoxMotors had a rebound off Cora's. Puck got lost, and ref right behind the net said no goals, so I think they were interfering with the goalie. Grayson doing that face-off. Shot on goal as there's a battle with Cora smothering up at the crease. It's like a change-out in Rough Riders and about half of FoxMotors change-out. They have face-off win by FoxMotors. That was crazy. They got a shot off. It went straight up in the air, fell back down in front of Cora, then got knocked out by one of the defenders. All right, we got Georgia trying to get it out of our zone as it comes across the red line with pressure from Ori. Looks like we have ads. As they're all changing out them, giving out the names. Maddie Lemon. Jesse back on the center point. Andrea for D. Josie is out there. All right, we're working on trying to get the pucks out. Jesse's trying to get it over to Josie. Josie just past the red line. She gets it just over the blue line, but FoxMotors was there for defense and kept it over. Josie picked it up at the red line, battling out from one of the players. She centers it perfect. Well, there's a little bit too much pressure right in front of the net. A lot of shoving and pushing over in that corner. Looks like we're going to have pretty physical game here. Josie picking up the puck back behind the goal line. She's over in the corner. She's getting pressure from behind. Andrea tries to hold the blue line, but just gets past her. Harper grabs it just over. Gets it in deep. Good pickup by... Not sure who that is. Sorry. We got it back into the zone. Andrea gets in over in this wall again. Jesse backs her up. There's a wreck right in front of us. Jesse's now taking it one-on-one. She buries it across the inside corner, makes it to the outside corner to Collie. Collie picks it up, backed up by, I think that's Maeve. Grayson's coming into this inside corner, tried to get a stick on the puck before they could get it out. George is out here with Harper O now. Harper O picks it up back behind Cora. She tries to get it across, but FoxMotors was right there. A little back and forth between the team. Georgia picks it up, and she's trying to get it out. FoxMotors buries it back behind the net again. Harper O gets it almost out of the blue line, or over the blue line. FoxMotors is everywhere where we are putting the puck. All right, we have Holly burying it deep into the zone. Good pressure over in that far corner. Looks like we're changing out a couple skaters. Looks like Maddie Lemon's on the ice now. It's just one. FoxMotors brings it all the way across center ice. Straight down the center. Gets a shot right into Cora's leg pad, and she smothers it. It's a good stop. We're down to 9:27 this first period. 0-0 is the score. So face-off, FoxMotors won that face-off. Bounce back, and they get a snapshot from the far circle, and it makes it just to the outside part of our net. Goal, FoxMotors. Girls giving some good love to Cora. We have Maddie on point. Ads here in this near. Ori in the far. Harper S. and Maddie Benish on D. Harper stops the advance, but she loses an edge. She goes down into the wall. Some back and forth. Looks like Maddie was able to get it out into the neutral zone as one of the Fox players puts it back far across. Maddie Benish was in the way on that shot, so it deflected off. Giving a little help to Cora here. Maddie puts it through this inside corner. With Maddie and Ads down here battling. Shot on goal, and that's a goal. Goal, FoxMotors at 8:34. Looks like we have Jesse on point, Josie in this near wing. I think that's Sammy in the far wing. I printed off a roster and then I forgot it at home. Sorry. We have Georgia and Andrea on D. Josie was able to drive it in, gets back out. Georgia grabs it back up to Josie as they're up on this inside wall. Jessie goes down hard on her back. She got tangled up with one of the plays, but she is back up. I think the girls have a little bit of game one jitters. Josie brings it all the way in. She's in the far circle. She tries to center it, but we weren't there to pick it up. FoxMotors picks it up again right in neutral zone as it gets out. Josie buries it deep into the inside corner. She's given chase. Fox tried to put along that wall hard. We were there to stop it. Puck makes it all the way back to our goal line as Georgia picks up, goes from the outside wall to this inside. The amount of body impacts here is pretty significant between the girls. Some pretty intentional bumps and pushes. It's good hockey here. All right. Cora picked it up as two of the Fox Motors ran into each other as they were trying to get a slap shot off or a snapshot off. Grayson coming in on the point. Holly, Harper O on this near wall for D. Harper on the outside. Grayson gets over to Harper. Harper gets in a battle there just at the top of the circle. And Fox Motors collapsed in right in front of our net, and we're able to get a shot off at 6:47. That is the third goal for the Fox Motors. It's a rough first game for the Lady Rough Riders here. We have ads on this near wall, Ori Farr, and Maddie Lemon doing the face-off. Harper and Harper on D. Harper taken out in that outside circle, trying to keep a shot from getting taken. It goes wide. Ads Harper O and Maddie were down in that point. Puck gets out across to the far wall. Harper gets it through the legs, out of the blue zone. Ori gets plowed from behind, and that is a call. She got checked directly at her back. So this is a power play now for the Lady Rough Riders. Fox Motors number 12 is in the box. It's 6:20 on the clock. I assume 2 minutes. Staff is not putting up on the board, so we'll go with 4:20 for when our power play ends. Good win, face-off by, fantastic. Saras run behind. Jessie won the face-off. She got it over to the center top point to Harper, and Harper S puts one in the goal. Lady Rough Riders 1, Fox Motors 3. That was great. We're down to 6:17 on the clock. That's the way you do a power play. 3 seconds in, and we got a goal. We have Josie on this outside wall. Oh, sweet. We have 19 points on the board now. We like that. 19-3. Let's make sure we document that, because that would be fantastic. We'll take 19. Everyone's cheering. All right. We have Josie, Ori, and Jessie out there. Jessie wins that face-off, but not without some effort. We have Harper and Maddie Lemon back here on D. Fox Motors was able to get it out of their zone. They center it, and Cora was right there waiting. She saw the pattern and was able to get right in front of that shot. Good stop. We're down to 5:53 in the first period. Looks like we have Josie, ads. I want to say that's Sammy. Sorry. Grayson and Harper O out there. Fox Motors able to get it from that far corner around the backside. Georgia gets it on this outside edge. Two Fox Motor players were able to stop it on the wall. They're trying to get a centering pass. Ads picks it up at the top inside circle. She gets it out. Good pressure as we're on this inside wall. Georgia gets it, hits some skates, and we're back into their zone. Fox Motors did a great pass from blue line to blue line, and back and forth, a shot on goal from the Rough Riders bench. Fox Motors is setting up some great plays for some good shots. It's going to be rough. All right, we got it out of the zone, crosses the red line. New player from Fox Motors pops off the bench and picks it up and gets it in deep. Harper S is back out there. She gets a puck up and across along the wall in front of the benches, and it's an icing call on the Rough Riders as we're getting some fresh skaters on ice. Looks like we have Maddie Benish and Harper S. Jesse on point. Shot on goal, really accurate shot right into the chest pad of Cora. She was able to snag the rebound and cover it up. We're down to 4:27 on the clock. Looks like it's Collie and Maeve. Harper putting pressure on the player as she follows her across the other side. She's able to pick it off on this inside wall. All right, Harper S was able to pick it off. She gets to Collie. Collie gets out the zone. FoxMotors picks it up right here in front of us as they're passing forward as they dragged us in a little bit deeper into the neutral zone. Collie to Harper, back to Maddie Benish, back to Collie. Collie gets out of the zone. Jesse's putting pressure on. Puck gets back into our zone. Harper takes a shot toward the goal, but it goes a couple feet wide from the Lady Rough Riders zone. Icing that lets us get some fresh skaters on. FoxMotors also brought in a whole new line. Looks like we have Georgia and Andrea out there. Maddie Lemon doing that face-off. Ads and Ori. Andrea to Georgia up to Ads, but too much of a relay when FoxMotors is able to get in between us, catch a pass. Andrea putting on some great pressure, and she actually popped the stick out as she fell during the battle. I think she stepped on the FoxMotors stick and kept her from getting a shot off. We get back into their zone, but not before they bury it deep into the neutral zone. Georgia picked it up, but she was just across the wrong side of that red line, so we have an icing call against Lady Rough Riders. Not an icing. I'm not sure what it must have been an offside call. I don't know what it is. I don't know why we're doing it right here. Sorry. See how many times they say I don't know for hockey plays. FoxMotors won that face-off again. They got it deep into our zone. They took a shot, but it went wide, so we'll just call it a pass. All right, we got Georgia forcing it out across the blue line. They're down as one of FoxMotors' players. I think Georgia was helping her stay on her knees there. Ori putting great pressure on this inside corner down here. Georgia stops it from going out first time, but not the second time. Harper tried to stop it from going to our zone. It got past her. Shot toward goal. It hit the post, but it looks like we have a tripping call against Jessie, as Jessie was collapsing in on her, and I didn't see whether that was a good call or a bad call, but the refs seem pretty competent up here. It's nice to say they don't seem like hometown refs. It's always a rough time if you've got hometown refs. All right, we're down to 2:09. We're shorthanded. Penalty kill. We have Josie, Maddie Lemon, Harper S, and Harper O. Harper O's doing a great job pushing. Oh, we got Josie. She's out in front. The puck's in the zone. She's looking for a shot. Oh, shot on goal. Gets off a leg pad. She had 3 on her back. Harper stops it from leaving the zone. She gets another shot. It's right into the leg pad. It was a good shot. Just slightly off the, couple inches off the ice. Fox Motors able to get it back into our zone. Josie swooped in as there's some interference from us. Not interference, but good D. We were able to get it out. We're down to 1:20 on the clock now. As Harper and Harper are back there helping Cora out. Maddie gets a stick on it. Puck goes high. That is a goal for Fox Motors power play on Lady Rough Riders. That is goal number 4 at 1:07. That was a really good shot. We have Grayson, Ori. I think that's Maeve on the outside. Georgia and Maddie Benish on D. I think that's Sammy. The battle down here right across the red line. As we get it into the zone, just made it past 3 players all on that one shooter. Rough Riders had 3 on that one shooter, and she dangled and got right past us at 40 seconds left. That is goal number 5 for Fox Motors. Some nice puck handling skills by that last shooter. We have Maeve on this inside wall. Sammy on the outside. Grayson is our center. Georgia and Maddie Benish on D. We're working on trying to get it back out of our zone as Sammy's shouldered out of the way as they pick up the puck. Shot on goal, bounces off Cora's chest. We try and get it back out. George is over in that far corner with the final 8 seconds on this period. She is looking to burn that puck icing call with the final second on the clock. All right, so we're going to be coming into the second period, trailing Fox Motors by 4 goals. Current score is 5-1. Looks like the coaches are giving some pro tips to the girls. All right, here we go. All right, we're swapping sides. We have Harper and Harper squared, Maddie Lemon on point. Corey's coming over here on this inside wall. It looks like it's ads on the outside wall. Maddie was able to slap the puck. Puck went high along the outside wall. Comes on this inside wall. Ori picks it up. Maddie Lemon battling out over in the corner. Is able to shoulder one of the other players out. We have Ori trying to pick it up, and it's got it back into the zone. She got shoved out of the way. Puck just ricocheted off Maddie Lemon's, or I'm sorry, Ad's helmet as Fox Motors tried to run it along the upper wall. Ads just battling out through the center point. Gets it over to Maddie. Maddie buries it deep. Ori's there to pick it up. She gets in the way of a pass. She puts it out far. Harper O gets it back in deep. Gets past the blue line. Harper S putting pressure on, forcing them to bury it back behind our zone. Harper picking up all the way. She has got the speed. She's crossed the red line, crossed the blue. She buries it across the inside corner. We got some fresh skaters on the ice. Georgia holding the blue line. They take a shot, ricochets off of Cora's shoulder as she shrugs it off. Georgia picks up on this inside wall. Ooh, lots of impact and flailing legs there. Harper gets it banked off the wall. Number 12 put a ton of speed on and forced it back into the zone. Another shot toward our goal as Fox gets back into our zone. All right, after a far side or far wall battle, George was able to get it out of the zone across the blue line, across red, but it got back in from one of the defenders. Georgia's got it down in the Rough Riders corner zone as she gets it back out across the red line. Josie tried to put pressure on. Jesse's helping out in that far line right in front of FoxMotors. Georgia rips one. It bounces off FoxMotors as we change out everyone but Andrea off the line. They do a cross the ice pass. Harper S and Andrea are down here to stop. Grayson was able to pin a puck between her skates when they took a shot. So FoxMotors just trying to find an opening position, but we are filling in most of the shooting spots. Off the leg pad of Cora. Grayson's playing from her knees there for a minute. Shot toward goal. Harper closed up and kept the puck from getting there. She gets it out of the zone back to red line as great pressure by Maeve and Holly. Shot. We're going to call that a garbage call, as looks like they're calling a tripping call against Harper S. I can say it's garbage because it's my kid and she's going in the box again, but we are now on a penalty kill. Harper's in the box for 2 minutes. We're down to 10:49 in this second period. We have Jesse on point, Harper O, Georgia, and I think that's Maddie Lemon. Good face-off between between Jesse and FoxMotors. They're all back at the point after battling through here. Maddie gets a piece of it as they try and center a pass. Gets back to our goal line. Harper O picks it up. She wraps it on the outside wall. Maddie tries to get to it first, but Fox got to it there. Get it back behind. A lot of pushing and shoving as three players were on the ice. Shot toward the goal, but it goes way wide from FoxMotors defender. Harper O tries to get it out, just gets picked up by Fox again. They try and do another centering pass, and people are moving too fast. The pass went wide. We're back into their zone in the the inside wall. Harper saves the blue line. She gets a shot on goal off the leg pad. like Harper S is out of the box in about 25 seconds. For O battling out on this blue line, trying to keep getting in there. Gets past. Fox puts a hot pass in front of the goal. There's nobody there. Georgia doing some great battling. I think she was worried about getting a penalty there. 3 seconds. Penalty kill was a win. Harper's on the coming off the bench. Shot on goal from Fox right into the waiting glove of Cora. That was a great penalty kill team. Some fresh skaters. Looks like we have Josie, we'll say Sammy. I'm sorry, that's ads. I like to see the number. Maddie Benish, Ori, and Andrea. Josie doing that face-off. She wins it. Ads backs her up, gets loose, shot toward goal, but it gets caught up by Maddie Benish. Josie's doing a fantastic job helping out D. All right, shot on goal. The rebound happened. Ori gets it to the blue line, but not before it gets turned over. Josie's helping out. Ooh, fantastic shot by FoxMotors, but Cora was better. She was able to stop it. It's back across the eye. All right, sorry. We lost our connection here. I don't know how long it was off. All right, FoxMotors is back into our zone. Harper S is picking up behind the net. She gets past one, past two. We're down to 7:55 on the clock. I'm not sure it was her before, but we had a breakaway. Ori got it all the way down into the zone alone and got a great shot off, but it made it to the glove of the Fox goalie. We're back in their zone. Harper holds it in the zone as Fox chips it, and it goes into the Lady Rough Riders bench. Looks like we have Georgia and Maddie Benish on D. Number 12, sorry, I forgot the roster sheet. Jesse on point and Maddie on far wing. We got it back into their zone temporarily, but we weren't able to keep it there. One of Fox's heavy shooters came skating across the center. We were able to collapse in on her. Puck again back behind Cora. Georgia picks it up right at the red line. She does the back and forth. She's got two now. Now she's got four on her. She gets past all of them. There's only one left. She's across the red, across the blue. She tried to dangle and they were there. Oh, great shot by Maddie, but it bounces off. Maddie was there with Georgia, and they put it in the goal. Fantastic job. I think it was Georgia, Maddie. Those were some pretty slick moves. Maddie was there to pick up the rebound. Got a shot off right there in the crease, and then Georgia was able to pop it up and over the leg pad. We have Ori on the inside, Josie in the center, Ads on the outside wing, Maddie and Georgia on the Maddie Benish. All right, they got into our zone. Josie was able to get it out. Maddie saves the blue line. Ooh, that was scary. Oh no. Fox just ruined a fantastic play and a breakaway, and she chipped it outside the net. Fox are real good about from that blue line and getting that puck right down into the corner where one of their players is at. A couple Lady Rough Riders get tied up. We have Ori with another breakaway in that speed. She got across into the zone, but not before one of the Fox players was able to get a stick on it. Puck got away. Harper S tried to hold that blue line. Oh, Josie's just saved the day. Tora's going to be buying her Starbucks there. She was able to stop the breakaway with a long reach. We're down to the 5-minute mark in second period. Colley just gets out of the zone, forcing. Fox player, defenseman did not wait long enough, and we got an offside right here in front of us. Some fresh players out here. Andrea and Harper S are out here. Grayson, looks like Maeve and Colley on that two outside wings. Good win by Grayson. Grayson back up for Harper to Andrea. Andrea up to Colley. Just gets faster, but we're in the zone. We're out of the zone. Harper stops it at the red line. She gets it to the Fox blue line. Some more back and forth as Harper's looking for an open pass. She gets over to Grayson. Grayson's getting pressure right there in front of the Fox bench. Fox player is able to get a hold of the puck. Harper S picks it up again. She gets it up to Maeve. Maeve got sideswiped by one of the Fox players. All right, let's get it out. Shot toward goal, shot through the three of the girls' legs. Cora was able to get a leg pad on it. She kicks it away. Another shot toward goal. We're down to 4 minutes as Harper S picks it up on this inside corner. She's past one. It's a Fox player right there. Fox player buries it all the way to the far wall. Andrea picks it up. She chips it, gets caught up. Another shot on goal. It's one of the Fox players centers it. They're right at the crease, and Cora smothers it up. Nice happy yip by Cora. That was a great stop. Changing out some players. Looks like we have Maddie Lemon and Harper O. Number 12. I can't. Jesse on point. Georgia on D. Good win by Jesse there. Gets it back to Georgia. Georgia gets it up, but Fox players are there at the wall, pinning any pucks coming on the, sweeping the walls. All right, Georgia chips it into the wall, try and get past one of the players. Another Fox player gets it. There's the ding as a puck ricochets off the post. Not sure who did it, but we were able to get the puck out. It's all the way back into the zone of Fox. We're putting on pressure. Harper O saving that blue line, gets it up to number 12. Number 12 is looking for an open shot. She does a chipping shot, backhanded. It goes high and into the waiting glove of the goalie. We're down to 2:54. We have Jesse on point, Harper O, and Georgia on D. Maddie Lemon on that far wing. There we go. Nice job, Jesse. She brings it into the zone. Some back and forth with the pass, and we lost the puck there. Fox comes ripping in there. Georgia won that battle. We're over in that far wall. Looks like Georgia and Maddie pinning. Puck got loose, goes back behind. Harper O's picking it up. Inside wall. She just gets it past. And that is going to be an icing call against the Lady Rough Riders at 2:12. looks like Cora's leg pad strap is trailing behind her. All right, Olive, our guest goalie from Texas, is out here. Some good love from this line out there, cheering her on. Two minutes, 12 seconds on this face-off deep in our zone, near circle. Josie wins that face-off, but it goes a little bit forward. Josie comes, picks it up, gets it against the wall, and we have a whistle. I'm not sure what the call was. We'll go with Sterling doesn't know hockey for announcing. All right, we have Maddie Benishin, Harper S on D, Josie on point, Ads in the far wall, and Ori on the near. Fox tries to center a shot. Josie was right there to ruin that, what was going to end up being a good shot. All right, Josie up to Ori. Ori's speed, she is just ripping it in. She's looking for a shot. Fox took that hesitation there as puck gets loose. Ori got knocked off her skates. Puck got loose. Harper took a shot toward goal. That's going to be an icing call against Fox. I'll have it. We're down to 1:27 in the second period. Looks like we have Jesse coming out for point. Maddie Lemon, Georgia, Andrea for D, and number 12. Face-off win by Fox as they go back and forth behind their goal because we're putting on some good pressure. Puck gets past. Andrew was able to get to it. She centers it across the center ice back into the zone. Maddie and number 12 get caught up as the Fox player loses an edge and goes and takes him down. Fox is into our zone. Andrew's doing a great back check, shot toward goal as Josie puts pressure on that shooter and it goes wide. Josie and Jesse out there. I'm going to mess up that naming convention. Jesse's back behind our goal. She's bringing it across. She has 3 on her. She gets a great pass up to Maddie. Hits her right in the skate. Fox had more speed there, so she was able to get past and try and do a shot toward goal, but it goes wide. Jesse just getting hung up. What I would have called a trip, but the ref's watching, so no call. We are desperate to get it out of our zone. There we go. We're down to the final few seconds. Here's the buzzer. That was a good shift. We were putting on some great D, making sure our new goalie feels safe. All right, we're going to be coming into the third period. Left in the game. Lady Rough Riders trail by 3 goals. It's a 5-2 game.
In a pride. You see what I'm saying? Like, you know what that means. That's every. Yeah, and I know that team would have.
You don't get to say it very often, but when you get a good set of refs, you really appreciate them. They're letting the girls play. Here we go. There's the whistle. Start of the third period. like we have Harper from D, Harper squared. Maddie coming out to the center point. Ori on that far wall and Ads on this inside wall. It's a good line. Let's go. Good win by Maddie. Gets a little bit forward. Ori's putting pressure as it went briefly into FoxMotors zone. Harper catches it on the inside wall, but it gets past her as she goes Harper to Harper in that far corner. Harper putting some good pressure on. Ads trying to pin the FoxMotor in as great shot by FoxMotors. There's a rebound there. And Rough Riders have it. Okay. Harper S up to Ori. Ori's trying to get across this red line and she's battling. Gets past Harper S, stops it. She kicks the puck, trying to get it up and out. Gets out, but it gets to a Fox player who gets it over to this far wing. Maddie Lemon was right there to keep it from going in the zone. Puck gets back to Harper O. Harper O buries it behind our zone over to Harper S. As the puck gets way too close to Cora's back as her goalie. Got that leg pad fixed. Ads got it up and out. It's across the red line, blue line. Ori's putting pressure as Fox brings it back across. That is a tripping call. Just coming on the ice. And she was mid-stride and the girl ran right into her and tripped. About my comment about having good refs. How about no? I think he had the wrong angle on that, but we're down to 13:31. We're on a penalty kill. The penalties are 90 seconds, a minute and 30 seconds, not 2 minutes like I had mentioned before. It's a battle right in front of the Rough Riders as Jesse was getting hung up in that wall. Shot on goal. Cora just swiped it out of the air like it was nothing. That was a great catch. Great stop, catch.
Go, Fox, pressure!
We have Harper O, Jesse on point, and Georgia on D. Puck gets from Jesse over to Georgia. Georgia gets taken off her skate as I think she just had a conversation with the Fox player. Georgia's coming off a little bit slow and bent over. FoxMotors took advantage of that power play and got a shot up into the top right corner of our goal. That is goal number 6 for the FoxMotors. We're down to 12:58. 58, well, there's no more penalty kill, right? We have Grayson's back out there. Maeve and Polly on the two outside wings. Andrea and Maddie Benish on D. Polly was able to get it pretty close to the zone, but she got ganged up on as Fox gets it back in. Maddie picked it up on the far goal wall. Fox keeps centering it, but we're there to make sure things are getting room. Andrea takes down one of the players, no call. Feeling pretty neutral here at this point on the Yelp review on these refs. All right, we got out of the zone. Fox tried to put it back in as one of their players was still recovering from a battle near the far circle. Offside call. Harper and Harper squared for D. We have Maddie Ads and number 12. Next game, I'll know who number 12 is. Maddie wins that face-off, but it gets a little bit further forward than we wanted. Fox pulled us back across the blue line into the zone as Harper and Harper are putting some good D on. They put enough pressure on that Cora is able to grab a bad shot. It actually would have missed, but she plucked it out of the air. Down at 11:57, another face-off. Maddie win that face-off again. Gets it over to number 12, and it gets out. And it's rolling all the way back to the other goal line like it was a tire. Ad's putting some good pressure on that far red line as we've got a skater who's going to skate it all the way out. Harper S was able to stop it. Some back and forth, and Fox gets it back into the far corner. Maddie picks it up. She is trying to put some speed on. She gets it up to Ads, just over the blue line. Ads gets a stick on it, gets it over to number 12. Number 12 buries it deep into that far corner. Maddie gets, she tries to get a shot off, but it hits the leg pad of the Fox skater. Fox takes it across this inside wall. Does some dangling, gets it past our D. Takes it behind our net. She is looking for an open pass. Fresh skater coming on the ice from Fox. Maddie putting some good pressure. We're just staying on the outside edge of that shooting zone as we get. Maddie tried to rush across to make sure a shot didn't get off. She went down and a shot went across the top of her past Cora. That is goal number 7 for Fox. They are not lacking any shooters on their team. .30 left in this game. We have Josie on this near wall, Ori far wall. Georgia and Maddie Banish. Maddie had done such a good job defending across those. I don't think she necessarily dived. She might have been tripped up by other players, but that was a crazy close shot that Fox had against Cora. Fox is just whooping us on keeping it in our zone with their passing game. All right, Josie got it out. She chips it up to Ori. Ori shoves it forward with some pushing and shoving there. Ori's putting some good pressure. Fox to Fox on the outside wall. It's a 2-on-1 with Jessie picking up. Oh, good job, Georgia. She was able to distract the girl enough so she couldn't get a stick on puck. Georgia puts it in deep. It's going to go across the red line. That's a icing call against Lady Rough Riders. We're down to 9:26, trailing 5 goals. Looks like we have Harper S and Andrea on D. Holly and Maeve and Grayson doing the face-off. Puck makes it over in that far corner. Grayson tries to get it out, gets caught up in the skates. Grayson picked it up again. Andrea with a poke check was able to get it back up to Grayson. We finally got across the red line for about a half a second. Once, twice. Maeve tried to get it back across. A lot of swinging sticks down there. Harpress got that far wall. She chips it up and across toward the net. We have Holly putting on speed, trying to put pressure as the puck almost made it to their goal. Some good back checks by Maeve and Holly. Grayson on the front half. Andrea holding this blue line. She gets it up to Maeve. Maeve's looking for somewhere to put that puck. Gets loose and not sure who it was. Oh, that was Holly just getting hung up. Their goalie came pretty far out and was able to basically fall on the puck. We have Maddie out here on center, Harper O on D, Georgia back out on the ice after her getting shoved against the wall earlier. Ads on this near wall. And number 12. I really think that's Sammy, but I'm not positive. If somebody knows and wants to put it in the chat room, I'll be able to see it. Fox brings it all the way down. They tried to set up what probably would have been another goal, and they just weren't there to pick up the shot. Harper O putting some good pressure down there, backed up by Maddie. It's on this point above. Puck gets past, shot toward goal. Georgia gets a stick on it and deflects, so it never makes it to Cora. D to wing on the outside wing for Fox. They tried to center it. Ads was right there to stop it. Ads gets it across the blue plus the red. And icing call against Lady Rough Riders. We're down to 7-12. Jesse's coming out on point. Josie on near wing. Harper S and Maddie Benish on D. And I can't see who that is on the other wing. Number 5, Ori. Zoom in a little bit here. All right, we got across the red line. Ori and Josie team. As Josie gets it across, there are 4 players from Fox on that puck. Josie gets it past one in the corner. Another one swoops in. Ori's tried to put a stick on it, just pops up and over as they're back behind the goal. Jesse's and Josie are trying to get it centered over to Ori, who's setting up in front. Harper comes in just over the blue line. We get it back into the zone. Jessie just had quite an impact against another player. She skidded in fast. Good leg block by Josie, keeping a blue line shot from happening. This comes in again with another back check and another. Fox was able to get it in, but not before Jessie put some pressure on. Gets back to Harper. They center a puck, but Maddie Benish was right there where she needed to be. Gets it up to Josie. Josie all the way down. Shot on goal. Another shot. Oh, Ori had picked up the trash off that rebound. Ori shoves the girl out of the way behind on the wall. We have Grayson in there trying to do a back shot. Andrea shot toward goal up to Ori. Ori gets a backhanded shot, but their goalie came out and smothered it up. Fantastic effort there for that line. We're down to 5:36 left in the game. Grayson, Georgia, Andrea, Holly, and Maeve. Good win by Grayson, but it gets past. Now it's a race for us to stop another shot on goal. That was a successful goal as they go wing to wing or forward to forward and gets past Cora. That was a great play by Fox. She was tracking the first skater with the puck and swooped over, but it went up and over her glove. Looks like we're changing out that line, at least the front half. We have Maddie, Ads, and number 12. So we got it back near the Fox zone, but they were able to drive it across the red line up to a waiting player who is just getting hammered by Andrea and number 12, so she cannot get a shot off. Great back checking by number 12. Gets back to Andrea. Andrea gets up to number 12. There's a kick from number 12 up to Maddie Lemon, forcing Fox out of our zone. Bad pass by Fox. And we get a little bit of time. Ad swoops in there to put pressure on, forcing another bad pass. All right, we've got time in their zone now as that same number 4 is skating out and across the blue, red, blue. And she is looking for a solo shot. Crap, that was a... Number 12 is Sammy, thank you. Goal slipped by Cora as that number 4 went coast to coast there. We have a run clock now with a face-off coming up at 3:35. Lady Rough Riders are trailing by 7 goals. It's 9-2. May putting on great pressure. Oh, she just shoved the girl into the wall. Refs have their hand up waiting for possession to change. There's the whistle. Maeve is in the box. The girls are feeling a little frustration here. We have Jesse on the face-off, Josie on this near wing, Harper O and Harper S on this penalty kill. Face-off win by Jesse, gets back to Harper. Harper gets out of the zone. There's some back and forth between the blue and red line. They get it. Harper O rips it on the outside wall. Back and forth. She's now on this inside wall, battling against this wall. Jesse's there waiting for it to pop out. Harper O's got 2 on her, and she won. She got it out. She was able to get it out and over. It looks like another goal. One of their players was able to swing around and pull it. Oh, no. Cora stopped it. Fantastic job, Cora. With Maddie on point, waiting for everyone to show up. We're down to a minute 45. We're still in a penalty kill for another 35 seconds. So maybe we'll be out with about a minute left. Good win by Maddie, but it gets ahead. Gets up to Sammy. Sammy takes it all the way across. She is just getting so much back pressure. She wasn't able to get a shot off. She held on instead of dumping it to center. Gets over to Maddie. Maddie takes Maddie to Ori. Ori takes a shot, goes wide. Back to Ori again. She takes another shot. There's rebounds free. Maddie was right there. Back to Ori. Back to Sammy. Sammy takes a shot, goes high and over. We did it good on that penalty kill. Puck is loose as we have I don't know what that call was, but Maddie got shoved straight back onto her back on this inside wall. So that is, we're on a power play with 40 seconds left. Hopefully we get to the point so we can at least get a shot off. We're just letting the clock run, which is not great. 25 seconds left. Ori's set up. Georgia and Andrea are out here. Josie's doing the face-off. Sammy's on that far wall. Ori gets a shot off. I'm sorry, I wasn't moving the camera. It goes wide. Josie and Ori are trying to keep it in the zone. It gets back to Georgia. Georgia is trying to get a shot. She has 2. She gets hooked. And we're down to the final seconds of the game. Girls didn't give up. That's what we need. Game was 9-2 in favor of FoxMotors. That was a rough way to start out game 1 of this tournament in Michigan. All the girls are lined up for the good jobs and fist bumps, glove bumps, stick bumps. We have a second game this afternoon. I apologize, I don't have that in front of me either. I want to say it's 4 o'clock Michigan time. Join us if you can later today. Thank you for watching.